So in this video, I just want to talk about the current state of Apex and why do people seem so disinterested and they think Apex is stale and it's just not fun anymore. I just want to talk about that here. And to me, the points are pretty obvious, and with the current time that we're in Apex, there's just been so many things lately that people have definitely just are sick of. Of course, the biggest thing is probably LTMs. I know people really want LTMs. I believe the last LTM we got was all the way back in Season 8, and it was the War Games event. And in the War Games event, you had a handful of game types, but I believe some of them didn't work, so we really only got like 2. And the annoying thing is, if they really are working on more LTMs, which they said they were for this season, all they have to do is just bring back older LTMs to recycle and give us something to do as they're working on more of them in the future. And when I say more of them, I mean more new ones that we've never seen before. If they brought back the older maps in Season 9 for a collection event, I guarantee you they can definitely bring back old game types such as Flashpoint. They could bring back solos for a bit, or maybe even permanently. That'd be nice. Or they can bring back the Grand Soiree and bring back the skins and all that type of stuff. You get the skins back and you get all the game types. Like, you can easily do that as you're working on more, just to keep us busy. And then when we're busy with all of those different game types, by the time the next season drops, you have brand new content to give us and keep things exciting, and you get us into the game and in tuned, and therefore Apex will be fresh continuously if you keep that routine going. But instead, this is what happens. There's always a season that ends up being very boring with no content in it, because they're so busy working on things for the future, which is understandable. But like I was just saying earlier, you can fill that void with older game types. So basically, long story short, we all want LTMs. That's a big ask from the community. We all want that, and that's something that we can hopefully look forward to this year. But on to more reasons why Apex seems so stale right now at the given moment. Another reason was on Twitter the other day. Respawn actually had me a bit heated as well, and I usually don't get like this, but they put up these 2 tweets where they were basically addressing the problems in Apex at the current time with the Rampage and the Sentinel, and with the new Bangalore skin that was very underwhelming, that was crashing the game. But at the same time, every chance they got, they kept on trying to get people to buy the Bangalore skin. No matter what they had to say, it was always, hey, don't forget, you can get the Bangalore skin. And it's like, you need to stop trying to sell the skin and focus on fixing the problem. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand it was the holidays and a lot of people were off, but that's another point that I want to get into, is Respawn is severely understaffed. In 2019, there were only 300 people working at Respawn. However, that has been increased. It's now 641. And that is just the amount of employees that can be tracked on LinkedIn. Hopefully there are a lot more there that we just can't see online. So then I said, you know what, let me look at some of the reviews of the employees that work at Respawn, and boy do I have something to show you. The very first message was, very mean management, always crunch time. So that sounds very accurate to how it is when it comes to Apex, let alone Respawn and all their other projects. Then I see the answer to this question here. It says budgeting. Lots of profit could go to hiring more devs and monitoring skill-based matchmaking. Now, what game do you think this person is referring to? Now, you would think if the employees themselves at Respawn know what's good for Apex and knows what it needs, you would think they would make those changes, but clearly they know what needs to be done and it's just not happening. There were also some other answers that have me a bit concerned with what happens over at Respawn, but hopefully this was not accurate. But then there was the icing on the cake. Read this. It says, what do your coworkers need to improve, and how can you work together better? His answer is taking notes from our players. The people that spend more time playing it than we do, our team honestly sucks at this big time. And once again, I'm not just reading a comment section, these are reviews on how the job is from people that work at Respawn. So these are the people there themselves working, saying these things. So once again, if they know what's good for the game, it just blows my mind how these changes are not happening. How can you know and not, spread that message or make that happen. So clearly at this point, we all know what Apex needs. We all know what needs to be done as fans, as players, and even the devs and employees themselves. And as far as the game goes, there's about 2 more reasons why Apex feels a bit stale right now. One, we did get a brand new map called Stormpoint. However, kind of just got bored of it really quickly. You know, it's a very big map. It's a beautiful map and the team did a good job on it. But the prowlers and just the way the map is for general play, like pubs, it's just not all that fun. It's not all that interesting, and it really got stale pretty quickly. Unlike Olympus back in Season 7, where it just seemed like it was pure fun. And the other reason why Apex seems like it's getting pretty stale is because there's just nothing to work for anymore. People who play ranked, who want to climb and climb, they do it every season for the same rewards every single time. And then if you don't play ranked, you know, people just want 4K badges and 20 bombs. And if you don't have those badges, hey, at least you have something to work for. But generally, there's just really not much to really work for anymore in the game when it comes to levels and stuff like that. So we as the players and people that work at Respawn, they all know what needs to be done. And it's so clear what to do. And that is why we all get so upset with Apex and we get so mad, because we care so much and we want this game to be successful. We want this game to succeed. We don't want to see it fall, because there are amazing things about this game, the gunplay, the movement, everything about it we love. So when all these problems happen and these bugs and these things take forever to fix, or the game gets boring or stale, or things don't happen the way they should happen, we get mad because we care. So you know, I don't want to just be completely negative, but you know, I have to be real and really get down to the situations that we're in when it comes to Apex right now. The amount of times we've said that, oh, this game is so bad, or we hate it, or we don't want to play it, and yada yada yada. There's so many of us that said that are still playing the game to this day, and it's because we just love it so much and we want to see it succeed. So with that being said, Season 12 is right around the corner, and hopefully that can give us something to kind of just keep us going, and hopefully this year can just be a good year for Apex, where we see a lot of fixes, a lot of changes and whatnot. You know, I don't want this game to die. I'm not praying on its downfall. It's just issues that we need to address in order to move forward. They did say they want Apex to go on for 10 years, and honestly, I would love to see them do that. I would love that. Now, I imagine the person who said that doesn't work there anymore, but I imagine Apex makes them a lot of money and they want to keep going. But don't just make it about the money. Please, please try and make your fans happy and your players happy. That is the most important part, and that in reality is what's going to keep your game going for those 10 years. I want to see a Loba heirloom, I want to see a Horizon heirloom, and I want to see a Valkyrie heirloom. And in order for that to happen, the game needs to continue, because heirlooms don't come until every season. But that'll do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think about the current state of Apex. What do they need to do to make it better? What needs to happen next season? What do they have to add? And let me know what you guys think that they should do. But once again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.